Hello and welcome to ISTV English News. Let's take a look at the headlines first. Deputy Chief Minister Gai Kangham has asserted that offering of tarpan only to the late freedom fighters will not serve their aspirations. And a productive change in the economy will be brought about only when cooperative movement is strengthened, says Works Minister Dr. Ratan Kumar. Now the news in details. Deputy Chief Minister Gai Kangham has asserted that offering of tarpan only to our late forefathers and freedom fighters will not satisfy and serve their aspirations. He said this in connection with the offering of Langban tarpan to late forefathers at Khongjom River today. Education Minister M. O. Kendro, Agriculture Minister Mohammad Nasir, MLA Surchandra, T. Mangi Babu, S. Bira and Khongjom War Memorial Trust President H. Hemanta were also present in the offering of the 20th edition of Tarpan offering organized by Khongjom War Memorial Trust. The tarpan was offered to late forefathers as a mark of respect to them. Following the aspirations of our late forefathers, love of the nation, peaceful coexistence and protection of territorial integrity by the present generation will be the right objective of offering tarpan to them, he added. Works Minister Dr. Ratan Kumar said that a visible and productive change in our economy will be brought about only when cooperative movement is strengthened in the state. This was stated in connection with the one-day state-level seminar on cooperative enterprises, the only mission for development of state economy. The seminar was organized by Manipur State Cooperative Union under the sponsorship of National Cooperative Union of India at GM Hall today. MP Dr. T. Mainya and Commissioner Cooperative Moses Chalai were also present on the occasion. Those who spoke on the occasion maintained that there are 60 lakh cooperative societies in India with 25 crore members. Manipur has 6 lakh 8,079 cooperative societies with 3 lakh members. They also maintained that there are some societies which only wait for money sanctioned by the Indian government. Setting of the society in a transparent manner is needed for strengthening of the cooperative movement. MP Dr. T. Mainya said that at present, due to the bad financial condition of the government and devaluation of the rupee, the government of India is facing some problems. He also appealed to let him know more about the cooperative movement in Manipur so that he could extend all possible help from his side. Dr. Ratan Kumar maintained that the most successful cooperative movement in India is the Amul Milk of Anand in Gujarat. Lakhs of women united together and shared their milk products and could make a mark in the international arena. Though such a movement cannot be replicated in Manipur, a movement must be kick-started to strengthen the cooperative movement in Manipur. The economy of the state will be strengthened only when the movement is strengthened, he added. Tarpan, or the offering of vegetables and fruits to our late martyrs who had sacrificed their lives for the territorial integrity of the state, was also held at the Great June Uprising Memorial Complex at Kekrupat. The Langban Tarpan was jointly organized by UCM and other civil society organizations of the state. UCM Vice President said that the Langban Tarpan offering was held for the 8th time with this year. He also expressed strong condemnation on the border fencing taken up within Manipuri territory by the Myanmar government. He demands immediate dismantling of the border fencing. He further maintained that a coordinating committee has been instituted comprising leaders of Manipur to chalk out further course of agitations.
United Committee Manipur si sapong lagi besi ngamkhai gi ihoda ekoi sapong laki ba oibana hojik Manipur gi ngamkhai gi wang mada Myanmar na Manipur rom da changsil laglaga ekoi boundary fencing khaba gi thabam changsil lagli besi United Committee Manipur amasung Manipur miyamna masi tasengna strongly condemn tawjei masi yamna athuba matamda hojik khariba border fencing ase lepiduna hanagi mamang da leglaba adugumba border fencing aduda khabi daba targadi United Committee Manipur na mamang da pangthok sakiba seminar amadi technical gi oiba mifam da tongan ba civil society organization sing amuko UCM Hericol Lipun Chingba kaya yauna phumjikiba akhoi technical committee ki mifamda akhoi coordinating body ama semaga makha taba khungjeng kaya sangsin bagi damak ta sem saba loi loijare atuba matamda akhoi coordinating body asina mass movement white paper tanba amadi tungan ba memorandum na chingba mari leinaba government of India da pinana bagi damak ta sem saba punamak loijare maram aduna atuba matamda hoji chathariba boundary fencing khabagi thabak asidi lepina bagi damakta mari reina khudimakta United Committee Manipur gi maikai dagi appeal tawjari.
Comrade N. Mangi, chairman of Irawat Celebration Committee, has categorically stated that if there is no good government, it will not be able to help the poor people except increasing the multi-story buildings of some persons only. He said this in connection with the seminar held at Manipur Press Club on Food Security Act. The one-day seminar on the topic Implementation of Food Security Act, Issues and Challenges was organized by Irawat Celebration Committee in connection with the month-long observation of Irawat. Retired Professor M. Iboton, Editor People's Chronicles W. Tiken, Secretary Manipur State CPI Dr. M. Nara and Secretary Irawat Celebration Committee L. Sotin Kumar were also present on the occasion. Dr. Chinglen Maisnam, Dr. L. Devendro and Dr. Dhanabir Laishram talked as resource persons on the topic. Professor Iboton said that if the state government is really sincere and the general public is extending all possible help, the act will be a huge success. If the concerned officials are sincere in implementing various schemes of the Indian government, then there is no reason why the state remains undeveloped. Comrade Mangi lamented that the Congress government is only trying to take advantage of the act. He called for the need to conduct awareness program about the act. He expressed apprehension of successful implementation of the act in the state. Some persons will be benefited a lot by increasing in their multi-storied buildings, while the poor people will face a lot of problems. H. Nisan Ningtamba was conferred with the Sauhadra Samman Award 2012 by the Uttar Pradesh Hindi Sangathan for his excellent work in translating many books of Manipuri into Hindi. Nisan from Kwakaithel Lamdon Lekai was given the honour by UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav on September 14 at Yashpal Bhavan in Lucknow. The award contains rupees 2,02,000, a citation and shawl. He has translated Khamba Thoibi, Jahera and Madhavi into Hindi. As many as 15 children have died due to encephalitis in the past 3 days in Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh, taking the toll in the region this year to 275, health officials said. While 6 children died on Tuesday, 9 others succumbed today. The victims belong to Gorakhpur and its adjoining districts of Kushinagar, Siddhartha Nagar and Sant Kabir Nagar. At present, 184 patients are undergoing treatment at various government hospitals in the region, they said. 1,272 patients have been treated in the region since January this year, and of them, 65 were found positive for Japanese encephalitis and the remaining for acute encephalitis syndrome. Meanwhile, a team of National Commission for Protection of Child Rights (NCPCR), which had met patients at the hospital wards over a week back, identified malnutrition and contaminated drinking water as major causes for the spread of the disease. On the other hand, the national capital saw its first dengue deaths on Thursday, with 2 people succumbing to the vector-borne virus, detected in over 450 citizens this season. While 2 deaths are confirmed due to dengue, 3 others are suspected deaths, said Municipal Corporation of Delhi Medical Health Officer N.K. Yadav. There has been a continuous rise in dengue cases in Delhi. As of Tuesday, 466 people were detected positive for the disease. Though a couple of suspected dengue deaths have been reported, the MCD till now has denied any so far. In the corresponding period of 2012, 55 patients were diagnosed with the disease. In an attempt to cut down on time and cost overruns, the donor ministry has decided to guillotine some retained projects sanctioned way back in 2008-2009 on the grounds that the projects have lost relevance due to very high cost escalation. A critical review of the functioning of the ministry by a parliamentary panel has led to realization about the need for a constitutional mechanism like an empowered group of ministers to act as an advocacy group within the government, said sources. Faced with oft-repeated complaints of long delays in clearance of projects by the donor ministry, sources attributed those to submission of defective detailed project reports or DPRs by the states. Central government has released an amount of rupees 2,900 crore to 26 states for creating different infrastructure facilities like roads and bridges over a period of 3 years, March 2010 to August 2013, an official release said on Thursday. The grant is meant to be utilized for creating different infrastructural facilities such as roads, bridges and water harvesting facilities. Other schemes to be taken up under the grant include providing safe drinking water, establishment of model residential schools, as well as implementing Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act 2006. 6 months into his papacy, Pope Francis sent shock waves through the Roman Catholic Church on Thursday with the publication of his remarks that the Church had grown obsessed with abortion, gay marriage and contraception, and that he had chosen not to talk about those issues despite recriminations from critics. His surprising comments came in a lengthy interview in which he criticized the Church for putting dogma before love and for prioritizing moral doctrines over serving the poor and the marginalized. He articulated his vision of an inclusive church, a home for all, a striking contrast with his predecessor, Pope Benedict XVI, the doctrinal defender who envisioned a smaller, purer church. Pope Francis told the interviewer, a fellow Jesuit, "It is not necessary to talk about these issues all the time. The dogmatic and moral teachings of the Church are not all equivalent. The Church's pastoral ministry cannot be obsessed with the transmission of a disjointed multitude of doctrines to be imposed insistently. We have to find a new balance," the Pope continued. "Otherwise, even the moral edifice of the Church is likely to fall like a house of cards, losing the freshness and fragrance of the gospel." The Pope's interview did not change Church doctrine or policies, but it instantly changed its tone. His words evoked gratitude and hope from many liberal Catholics who had felt left out in the cold during the papacies of Benedict and his predecessor John Paul II, which together lasted 35 years. Some lapsed Catholics suggested to social media a return to the Church, and leaders of gay right and gay Catholic groups called on bishops to abandon their fight against gay marriage. And now let's take a look at the headlines once again. Deputy Chief Minister Gaikangham has asserted that offering of tarpan only to the late freedom fighters will not serve their aspirations. And a productive change in the economy will be brought about only when cooperative movement is strengthened, says Works Minister Dr. Ratan Kumar. Thanks for watching ISTV News. Do stay tuned for more updates.